This is an interesting kind of 1920s old style sepia effect we'll be creating in this tutorial. It's different than the regular sepia looks that you see everywhere, and you can use the same technique to drop in any tone. And I'm also going to show you how to change it into a cyanotype type effect. The first thing you need is your black and white converted photograph. Then you have to change the mode to RGB color. That way you can drop in the different colors. And I copy the background layer, go into channels, and control or command click to load the luminosity of the RGB and save it to a separate channel. Deselect. We go on here. It's not a lot of difference, but we're going to make a difference by bringing up levels. Control or Command L is a shortcut. And I'm going to lighten this. I want some difference here between the two. So we go back to our regular black and white photograph, click on the new layer and fill it with foreground. Edit fill, and then you're going to load that channel. Do that a couple of ways. Go to channels and load it here, or alternatively you can, under selection, load selection alpha 1. And then what you do is you invert the selection and you press the layer mask and change the mode to color. As you can see, it's a very subtle kind of faded look to it, totally different than a regular sepia effect that you might get even with duotones. You can get some very good effects with duotones, but many times people just put a layer up here, put in brown, and use it as a color mode, and it doesn't look the same as this. So that's the technique for changing it into this kind of 1920s sepia look. And you can use the same technique with a different color. We can go back into new layer here and change the fill to a kind of nice blue. You can fill it and do the same thing. Just select, load selection, invert it, there we have an interesting cyanotype type effect. Once again, it's a little different to the regular kind of cyanotype, which tends to be a little too blue for my liking. So there's a couple of different toning techniques using the loading the luminosity channel.